pop up. It shows I'm live. And they have 4 people, it says in here. Hello, people. I'm getting ready to start the live show. As you can see, that is not me. That is my stand-in double, since I'm still anonymous. That is Ice Pick, is my name for him. I can't see who's on here. I just see 2 people now. That's it. Went from 4 to 2. I can see they had 2 people watching. That's what I did. So now down to 1 person. All right, let me just start it. I don't know. All right. Well,
You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast, so if you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot, turn this off before you get butthurt and mad, start to cry, have to run to your safe space. All opinions are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any government agency.
welcome to Motor Cop Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, as always, in MCC Studios, the Clubhouse, the Iceman. Trying something a little bit different today. We're going live for the first time. I think the only person watching is Bam. That is as anybody can see, that is not actually me, since I'm still anonymous. That is my stand-in double. I'm gonna call him Ice Pick. So he can't wave because he's not real, but gives you something to look at anyway. And if you're watching whatever, you can make a comment. So it was an interesting week this past week. As anybody knows, y'all have heard me talk about Squidward. That's Kirby's partner, or was partner. Kirby's went into a different department. I'm not sure which one. We couldn't tell you anyway, but he's no longer with that department. But Squidward got into a pretty bad crash. The worst part of it is me and the tot had just started an escort of the some farm equipment to the very, very big tractors pulling combines behind them, and then like 6 other tractors with hoppers behind them. We had to move them long distance, where we actually ended up being an hour and a half escort. We first started this escort, 2-3 minutes into it, we hear over the radio, it comes out that city motor went down and he was the only one out. So we knew it was him. Tell y'all what, it's the hardest fucking thing you have to do is you want to drop everything you're doing at that exact moment and run, drive as fast as you can over there to your friend and, fellow motor cop or law enforcement officer. It don't matter, if you're a motor or not. You hear another law enforcement officer down, you want to go to it also. So we couldn't go. We were stuck on this escort. Sergeant Wheezy went over there, and we were getting spotty information here and there. This car, I'm cut to the chase. This car pulled out in front of him. I'm not saying run a stop sign or anything. Not sure. Car pulled out in front of him. Right out front of him, he wasn't even able to hit his brakes. He hit the car. It looked like right in the passenger door. He went over the roof of the car, flew about 30 to 40 feet before he landed. Video was found of it later on. Sergeant Wheezy, who was investigating it, found it. I saw let Bam see it, stuff like that, and it's like you can see him flying over the roof of this car. He's like a rag doll. The amazing part of it is he didn't get any real broke bones. He had a little bit of road rash. He actually got discharged from the hospital that same exact night. Might have messed up his meniscus a little bit. But anyway, that happened this week, which is very nerve-wracking in itself. Thank God he didn't get killed, hurt, bad, or anything else like that. So once he gets completely healed up, hopefully he'll be back on the motor shortly, which is, for me, when I've been in my crashes, it was hard because when you get back on that bike after getting in a crash, it's like all this shit's going through your head. So he's going to have to work through that also. I kind of talked to him a little bit about that. I did talk to him on Friday, so he's doing pretty good. Working my traffic stops this week, I happened to pull over this car. It had 2 Mormon missionaries in it. I think they're doing like 74 and a 60 or something like that. And my thing is I didn't realize that at first. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. I mean, they were speeding. It don't matter if you're on a mission or not. But you think that being church people the way they are on a mission or whatever, you think that'd have been a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying they were like cussing me out or nothing like that, but they wasn't friendly either. I thought they would be just a little bit, maybe just a little bit more friendly than what they were. I was shocked on that one, that the missionaries weren't very nice to me. What do you say? Nobody likes getting a ticket. If anybody in law enforcement knows, if you want to see the true stupidity of people, the true ignorance of people go direct traffic, you're going to see the dumbest motherfuckers ever while you're directing traffic. Like, how in the hell did this motherfucker even get a driver's license? I was in a school zone, I think it was Monday, and I'm sitting there, I'm in the middle of the road, standing on the center line, got my little flashlight out, strobing, got my vest on, everybody stopped. Well, I'm watching the buses and cars pull in. Next thing I know, I catch out the corner of my eye, this fucking girl, and she's like trying to creep by me real slow. Like she's going to sneak past me in a fucking car, and I'm not going to notice her. And then when I look at her and put my hands up, I'm like, what are you doing? And she looks at me like I'm stupid. You meet the stupidest people and see the dumbest shit when you're directing traffic. It's the craziest shit ever. I did end up working. I did end up working a pretty bad crash. This lady had to be cut out of the vehicle It was super foggy. I'm talking visibility might have been maybe 50 yards where we were at. You couldn't see shit. One of these big trucks with the garbage things that roll off and on the back of it, they pick up and stuff. He's going to make a U-turn. I mean, I can't say he just pulled out in front of her because it was hard to see, but it was hard to see. But the way he did pull out, she ended up hitting him. It was fucking horrible. And but somebody said my volume's low, so I'm gonna try to turn it up a little bit. Y'all hear it? Let me know how it is now. See if it's any better. But anyway, the guy made a U-turn and she hit him, no brakes at all at any time. So it was pretty fucking bad. Did get a call later that afternoon. I was back out of the scene getting all my shit together. When everybody went out there so I could get my picture drawn. And some investigators from the trucking company's insurance was already out there. So you know it's not good. They know it's not good when they're already out there already. The report ain't even been written. They know they're probably getting the shit gonna get sued out of them. This poor girl did survive, thank God, because at first I thought she was not gonna make it. I did pull a lady over. First thing I do when I walk up, I'm going to tell her, ma'am needs your driver's license. Pulled you over for going over, whatever. And the first thing out of her fucking mouth was, well, the car in front of me was speeding. I know you didn't get me. Oh, no, I got you. The car in front of you is actually only doing 5 miles an hour the speed limit. You're doing 14, catching up behind them. First thing out of her fucking mouth is an excuse. I'm just like looking at it like, fuck. And it happened to be one of them fucking days also. I did have a guy I pulled over at 74 and a 60. And he said that he had his cruise set at 75. A lot of people, when you pull over, I know I wasn't speeding because I had my cruise control set. Okay, like you can't push on your gas while the cruise control set and make yourself go faster. Like I'm fucking stupid or something. This guy was honest with me, so I dropped him down to 71. I think that brings him down into the next lower tier of paying a ticket since he was honest. Because honesty does go a long way. A long way. I also had a 3-car crash this week. This guy, Sergeant Wheezy, was working a crash up the road, not quite half a mile up the road, but it was a good little distance. Well, this guy got in a 3-car crash and drove all the way over there and saw him and stopped. So I get my information and get all the other stuff. One person went to the hospital in vehicle 2. And I go talk to Ding Dong in vehicle 1 and ask him why he drove all the way fucking over here. Oh, I was just trying to get out the way. I said, this far? I said, you didn't stop to see if people. He tried to say something else. I'm like, look, fuck, I don't hear your bullshit. You're fucking lying. Anyway, he got ticketed. And I just hate fucking liars. He was probably trying to drive off. Is what he was trying to do. After he done caused 2 other vehicles to be totaled out. And this old Chevy truck he was in, even though it was fucking smashed in the side, it was still going. He ended up driving this shit home. He didn't even have to need a tow truck for it. What kind of bullshit is that? I see I got 2 people watching. Who? Diane. Hey, Diane. Diane. If it's the Diane I'm thinking of, she actually knows who the Iceman is. But that's top secret. That's Ice Pick. I named my stand-in partner Ice Pick. I didn't really have a real super busy week this week at all, which is good, I guess, for most part. I mean, I wrote my tickets and stuff, but a lot of them, I think Thursday, my last ticket. Oh, this motherfucker! It's your last ticket. You're gonna write it today, and this dude just has attitude from fucking hell. It's just, I'm like, fuck. Just ruined my whole fucking day at that time. I called Bam on the way home, stuff bitching about it. I think I talked to my daughter also, and she's like, "Gee," I'm like, this fucker just pissed me to hell. He's just a dick. Stop being dickheads, people. It's not going to make your ticket any better. Might even make it worse. Because you're the motherfucker, if you do fight me in court, I'm definitely going to remember you. Let's go to a news story. I think it has a video on it. Let's see. The caption of it is crime. I can't even speak tonight. Anyway, these people that study crime and stuff see potential like I said, I can't talk. I'm getting tongue-tied. Catastrophe in law enforcement. Where's the video? Here it is. I'm going to play the video and then we'll talk about it. I say I'm going to play the video. Well.
Expenses. Happy shopping from Barksdale Federal Credit Union.
Come on.
Now, as recently as this week, we've heard Shreveport City leaders and Police Chief Ben Raymond talk about bringing in officers from outside agencies to help with the spike in violent crime in the city. Right now, police say the biggest issue is that they're short-staffed. But Shreveport's not alone. The National Police Foundation reports 86% of the departments nationwide are experiencing a shortage. It was already an issue, but the events so far in 2020 have made the situation worse.
You've got these millennials coming in with little to no experience. You've got these really marginal salaries. You've got this negative publicity in social media right now about being a police officer. And on top of that, the good cops are getting out as quickly as they can because they're looking for better options. The end result of that is a catastrophe in the next 2 to 3 years.
Del Carmen also tells us morale among law enforcement around the country is at an all-time low, and it's only going to get worse, he says, if the negative climate toward police doesn't change.
Well, that was, if I can get it to freaking stop.
Setting up Simply Safe is so...
All right, got to stop finally. Technical difficulties going on, obviously. Anyway, that's that story. Nobody wants to be cops anymore.
Safe is so easy.
Can I say I blame them? No. I don't blame them whatsoever. And the ones that we do have coming in are just, I see them coming in. They're inexperienced, never been a cop before in their life, never been in a fight in their life, and they get out here wanting to be policemen. I'm really, personally, like I said, it's my warning says, all these opinions and stuff from my own, but I'm actually scared for how shit's going to be in the next fucking, after I retire. My grandkids are growing up and stuff like that. Hello, Austin Andrews. Yes. I'm not seeing people pop up on my screen over here for some reason. So I'm new to this whole live shit. So, and Fluffy. And Fluffy's old lady. She knows who she is. She's never getting a Jeep. Ever. I think they left her again, too. Anyway, let's go to this other news story. This is kind of people bitching about some of these elected sheriffs that in California that wouldn't enforce the mask shit, stuff like that. And this one person actually said, if anyone needs a good reason to support a statewide legislation making county sheriffs a position appointed by the Board of Supervisors rather than decided by the popular election. First of all, if you go to an appointed sheriff, you're just the Board of Supervisors bitch at that point. That's why these people are unhappy, because these sheriffs are like, fuck you. You're trying to pass unconstitutional shit, and we're not going to enforce it. So, of course, in California, they want to make it an appointed position. Like a lot of these police chiefs, these appointed police chiefs, they're just the mayor's bitch and just have to do whatever they want to do. They're not truly the police chief, the fucking mayor is. They're just the puppet where the mayor got their hand in their ass telling them what to do. There's several letters here, you know, some people standing with them and against them, you know. If anybody's listening, they know my opinion. My point is that, of course, that I stand with them, because you're not going to enforce something that's fucking unconstitutional. They were trying to tell people how many fucking people you can have come to your house for Thanksgiving. They want people to wear masks in their house and shit like that. Bullshit. I'm going to tell you the truth. Me and Bam went shopping today. The only place I put a mask on was when we went in this one store that makes you. The rest of them, they didn't say nothing. I didn't put it on at all. So, like I said, unfortunately, I didn't have a shit ton of great stories this week at all, which pisses me off. Kind of like telling good stories. And nobody's made any comments at all on here. At all. Nobody wants to make no comment on my first Facebook Live show? No. Well, it didn't pop up over here. I haven't seen nothing. Oh, there's some. I am now. I moved some stuff, but it wasn't cycling. I had to scroll it myself. But anyway, like I said, I know this ain't one of my most exciting shows at all. Like I said, ain't much shit happened this past week. See, I had that fucking asshole. Guess that's about my biggest bitch. Of course, fucking truck drivers as usual. Motherfuckers. Driving in the goddamn fast lane. I thought there was fucking traffic jam at one point coming home the other day. Nope, wasn't a traffic jam. It was just one fucking truck, big truck up there, holding shit up, causing a fucking traffic jam. So, I was hoping to get some comments so I could talk to people, because I didn't have that much to say the fucking night. Anyway, as normal, this is a short one. Hopefully I have a guest next week or have some better stories. You know, I think it's supposed to rain or some shit like that. If anybody would like a sticker, or if they'd like to buy a t-shirt, which Ice Pick has on in the picture right here in the video. Bam's giving me a dirty look because they're a bitch for her to make. I keep getting, she's throwing flashcards up at me in the back. That's why I'm hesitating. Because then I got to take my glasses down to read it, because I got my glasses on so I can read the screen. So, multitasking. Like I said, this is our first one this time. People keep popping on and off. Nobody's talking now. Bam wants me to make it longer. I don't have that much to say tonight. All that silence going up. I'm hoping to get some more riding in this week, but I think the news people said it was supposed to rain. I knew the top was on. Took some days off last week. It's no fun riding by yourself You motor cops know that. It's boring as shit riding by yourself. Not Bam is her little thing she bought. Her flashcards, erasable, or work good. I can read them all. Oh, it's just started raining over there, Diane. Yeah, it figures. Maybe it won't rain tomorrow. Is it supposed to rain tomorrow? You might know. I think it might be raining Tuesday. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of a old school story to tell. Go back. I'm going to tell this one. I wasn't even a motor cop yet. I was still an FTO guy training. I rode with the same guy. I rode with the same guy my whole FTO time. He's retired, of course, and stuff now because I'm old as shit. Anyway, we went to this house. This ain't even a funny story, but I'm going to tell it anyway because shit like this pisses me off. I cannot stand motherfuckers who put their hands on women or children or anything like that. A man that hits a woman or a child when he's angry like that is a low-life fucking piece of shit. That's what he is. You're scum. You're fucking shit. You're just one level above being, as much as I hate a pedophile. Anyway, we went to this trailer in a trailer hood, and my partner tells me, the guy training me tells me to go to the back door. We had been there earlier, and this guy had beat the hell out of his wife and his small child. I'm thinking his child was probably around 6 or 7. But he beat the fuck out of him. We ended up getting called back over there. The guy had come back. My trainer, my FTO, told me to go to the back door of this trailer in case he tried to run out. So I'm at the back, and the guy went to try to run out the back door. The back door popped open. I happened to be standing there. Well, he turned and he had a knife in his hand. He turned back and went back towards the front where I'm pretty sure the wife, the kid, and my FTO was at the door. Well, this fucking trailer didn't even have a goddamn steps on it. Of course, I was young then. I'm not jumping like that now, but I fucking went up in the back of this trailer with no steps on. I scraped the fuck out my shin doing it. But by the time my FTO got in there, I had this motherfucker on the ground, and we carried these very, very, them old long mag lights. They took like 5 or 6 D batteries. Fuckers like 2.5 feet long. I had them on the ground, and like I said, I was young, stupid, not thinking. I had that flashlight raised up. Well, my FTO grabbed my arm and said, "No, don't. We don't do that." Before I had learned how to control my emotional state, but he ended up going to jail and stuff like that, and it just fucking piece of shit. But the sad thing is so many of these women will take these men back into their lives because they feel like they love them, or the guy apologized, or they feel trapped because these men don't let them work, and the man is the only financial means they have for them. People don't realize how frustrating it gets in law enforcement that we go to the same houses over and over and over again. I went to one place one time that this woman looked like Rocky in the first movie, like Apollo Creed, had beat the hell out of her. Both her eyes were well shut. And when we cuffed the husband, you think, she got pissed off at us for bringing him to jail after he almost beat the living hell out of her. The sad thing is as this goes on, one or two things usually happen. Either the abusive party ends up killing the other person, or the person being abused ends up killing the other person. Told somebody not long ago they were dating somebody that put their hands on them, and then of course they forgave them, and then they ended up doing it again. I was like, look, Oh, but they apologized. I said, it happened one time. It's going to happen again. I said, now y'all have a child together. Who says at one point he's going to get so pissed off he's going to lose it, and he hit you and he starts hitting on his child? Not telling you how to live your life, but think about it a little bit. Ain't nobody deserves just to get beat on and shit, or beat up verbally. Also, not just physically. Worked a case not too long ago. It was a little over a year ago. And the reason I thought about it just now is because somebody called looking for the report. I happened to be at the office getting some more tickets. But this woman is, I think she's still in this abusive relationship. I mean, the guy beat her up. She had bite marks on the inside of her thighs and shit, she showed me. I had pictures of them. I'm talking like he would bite her hard enough to like leave teeth in impressions and bruises and stuff on the inside of her legs and stuff like that. And he beat her up, you know, get warrants on him, try to catch him, but just like the last time I did it, she ended up dropping charges, refusing to testify. And this dude's beating the fuck out of her. Nobody, man, woman, or anybody deserves to have that fucking shit happen to them like that. Right? Yes, I almost did forget. The Moose Knuckle did graduate from Police Academy Friday. So we'll be having him back on for his third part soon. I got to nail him down. He's probably, I think he's actually working. He told me he's graduating Friday and he was going back to work, I think, Saturday night. I'm like, really? He's like, he had to beg them to let him get, they didn't want him to come back to work till the next thing. They were going to give him the weekend off. But I guess, you know, he's been in the academy for so long now. He was itching so bad to get back at work. He begged them to come back to work, which they're not going to say, oh, no, we don't want you to come back to work. Take the day off. We prefer to keep being shorthanded. So, congratulations to the Moose Knuckle for graduating. He's still a puppy, but he's a puppy with papers now. Hopefully, he'll have a long, good career in law enforcement. Without too many hiccups along the way, because you know, fucking nowadays, sign of the times, you know, we're the bad guys and the bad guys are the good guys. So that's just the way it fucking is. It sucks. It fucking sucks. I did have somebody a couple weeks ago paid for my breakfast in front of me at McDonald's and stuff, which was nice of them. That don't happen. It used to happen all the time. I remember way back when I was a way younger cop. I mean, every time you went to a restaurant, somebody would buy you a meal for you and stuff like that. Nowadays, I think they would just rather spit in it. Of course, I probably have eaten spit before. I just don't know. So if y'all don't know, I don't care. What you don't know can't hurt you, right? All right, well, y'all keep y'all fingers crossed I get some better stories for this coming up week. And I got an idea for a guest. I got to get the guy nailed down. I'm hoping to get him on soon. He's had to be medically retired, and I have talked to him before, and he had agreed to come on. I ain't talked to him in a while, but he got shot several times in the line of duty. Survived the shooting, but he had to retire. Wasn't able to work on the streets anymore. I'm hoping to get that done and get him on here. I did did they send a picture on Facebook? I had talked to somebody in person about my delicious peanut butter whiskey and grape cranberry juice, because they said they were a whiskey connoisseur also. And they went and got some, and I do believe they enjoyed it. If you don't, like I said, you don't have to get the Old Smoky brand. That's just my favorite. because all the ones I've tried is the most peanut butter deliciousness. But they have the other brands too. Get a chance, you need to try that shit. You're gonna love it. It tastes so yummy. It's like drinking a peanut butter jelly sandwich, just 70 proof. Get you some, try it out, let me know how it is. I'm drinking tonight. I had some salty watermelon with the a little sour mix, some cranberry, and Sprite. You ought to try that. That's delicious also. I love my delicious whiskey. All Smoky needs to give me a sponsorship. All right, like I said, I know this ain't the greatest one I've ever done. Like I said, I didn't have a whole lot happen. I guess I need to sit down and just write some old stories down. Sometimes I forget which ones I've said, and I don't want to start repeating stories on y'all. Hopefully, as soon as Squidward gets well enough, we'll get him on here, and we can talk about his crash and stuff like that. He's he ain't been. I don't think he's been on motors a whole year yet, and he's already been in 2 crashes. So, no, you don't. No, Diane, you don't need to be conjuring up anything for me that week. You're gonna make me knock on some wood. You're gonna jinx this. You know how that goes. That's like when somebody walks in there and says, "Oh, it's quiet today," and then all shit breaks loose altogether. You ought to talk. I know your husband was a road deputy for a long time, and also too, if he would like to be a guest on the show, let me know. We can have y'all over, or we can do something over the phone. Just let me know about that. You know where to find me. So, all right. I'm not going to bore y'all too much tonight. Like I said, I know this hasn't been my best show. So, but they all can't be great, right? I try. Anyway, if you know anybody that would like to be a guest, wannabe motor cop, future motor cop, retired, anybody in law enforcement, corrections, dispatchers, firemen, first responders, paramedics, let me know. Send me an email, hit us up on Facebook. And if you just want a story that you have told and you don't want to appear, if you just want to write it out and send it to me, I'll narrate it as best as I possibly can. Well, I will definitely have to try that. Crown salted caramel and lemonade tastes like cotton candy. And I love me some cotton candy. I actually have some, I don't have the Crown caramel, or I did, not sure. I do have the Old Smoky salted caramel. I wonder if that would work out the same. I will have to try that out and let you know, because I love to taste the cotton candy. It's one of my favorite tasted foods. It's cotton candy food. We're going to say that is in the cotton candy food group now. Anyway, check us out on YouTube now. Of course, Facebook, Motor Cop Chronicles podcast on Facebook. Our email is motorcopchronicles@gmail.com. We're at Motor C on Parler. Motor Cop Chronicles podcast on Parler also. So hit us up on any of those. Like I said, give me a break this time. Didn't have that much to say, and hopefully y'all come back next week, and I'll have a guest, and we'll have some fun. Maybe I can get Doc Holliday back. Everybody likes Doc Holliday. Is hilarious. But anyway, stay safe, and always remember to smile, because the Iceman could always be behind you.
I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is how legends are made.